Hey YouTube, so today I'm basically going to be talking about manifesting what you want in life. Me, for example, you guys know I always gotta start off with me because I gotta tell you guys the deeds. Tell you guys because if I haven't manifested anything, how would I be able to tell you? If I haven't went through anything, how would I be able to tell you as well? Um, Me and my manifesting realities has been a dream. You hear me? Like I've been in certain predicaments where, I've actually never wanted to give up. Never. But I've been in bad situations, but my head was always strong to what I always wanted to do, what I always believed what was right for me and the people around me, my children, for example. I just always knew something greater was out in this world for me. And since I was a child, I had dreams, just me being a singer, me wanting to sing, me wanting to rap. I was in the studio a couple of times. I'd say about two, three times I've been in the studio, back and forth, to the same studios. And yeah, that was a big part of my reality. I how I'm moving, how I moved. I was pretty, in the fast world. I had got pregnant at a young age. I still wanted to sing. I still got into a studio. Still, managed to do what I wanted to do. People loved me in that situation, but it was for me. It was, I didn't have it all together, and I knew that, and all I wanted to do was be stable. So, um, eventually, got me into a shelter, a stable shelter, and got me a house. That time, my the reality of singing kind of faded away, but it was still there. I still had little connections to what I wanted to do, even when if I had to move and do this and that, I still had connections. Everything I kind of wanted to do, I did, and it's crazy. It was a crazy year. Um, I was in love. I didn't want to be in love anymore with the person I was in love with. Eventually, a dude came around, and showed me, other steps. Of course, kind of, I was hesitant on him. I wasn't really wanting to be involved in the whole situation because how I was moving. And um, she wants to be in a video so bad, but I told her not to really interrupt me. She knows this, but she's still kind of, so whatever. Um, Belarus. So yeah, like I was saying, he came around, showed me some things, helped me with finances, everything I needed, everything I wanted to do. I kind of did with him. Once he came into my life more, I I kind of just tried to. Okay, I kind of just lost sight of my singing, lost sight of what I wanted to do, and yeah, like it was just that reality was just over for me. So I just gave up on it. But I just felt if I kept doing it, if I kept going, that if I kept going, Belarus, come on, give me some time. They see you, they know you're beautiful. Go sit down. Maybe I'll make a video with you next time. But sorry you guys. I just really want to get to the video. Really want to get done with this video. She's not everything. She gotta. All right. And I'm not gonna edit anything out. I just want y'all to see the real me. Like how I treat everything around me. Um, okay, more about this story. Um, Once I got with him, I was stable. I had me a house. I've been having a house before I had seen him, but I had got me a house. I was stable. Boom. And then that kind of, when I was there, I was kind of manifesting just a job. a good job, a good paying job. My the person at the daycare I was bring my daughter to. Sorry, bring my daughter to. I kind of got into dropping her off there and back and forth, and I had got pregnant, and I was just like, dang, how am I gonna do this? I just lost my job. I had jobs before, but they just wasn't the jobs that I was looking for. Jobs that I felt was need for me. And like just because those go in that room now. Now. Go in the room. And just because let me see if I still got that. And okay, just because like they wasn't the jobs for me, I wasn't doing my best efforts. Like, like I just wasn't, like kind of showing up late, not caring, just because it wasn't a job for me. And I eventually got let off of that job, and I wasn't pregnant at the time, but I had got pregnant like probably 3 months after that. No job, just, or let me say like 2 months after that, and got let off out of that job. So, and then I had got pregnant. And then I was like, dang, because what the heck am I going to do now, right? I, I'm pregnant. I want a good working job. I don't care what I get at this point, but I'm desperate, I'm going off of the government's money. Not everybody, want to go off the government's money, but it's what you got to do at some times, some point in your life. I'm a single mother, I'm, bam, I'm in there instantly. So I take my daughter to daycare this one day, and I get a job. I get a job. This one girl was telling me how she just started working at the daycare for like 13 an hour, I say, and she was like part of the crew. So I was just like, oh my goodness, like I'm gonna ask Jody, which was the supervisor at the daycare. I'm gonna ask her if she needs any help. She's giving out jobs like that. Maybe I can get into it, even though I'm dropping my daughter off every day. I asked the supervisor, and then boom, she told me she needs somebody to help as a kitchen associate, and she'll pay 15 an hour. Better than what I was hearing, right? So I was just like, oh my goodness, this wonderful, cool. No, 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 no. I'm gonna just say this was $11 an hour. Let me not say $15 an hour, because that was my other job. I had this job, and then it had vanished because of the pandemic. So really nobody could go in there. I couldn't drop my kid off, nothing. And so my boss basically asked me if I wanted to join, their crew, which was online. It was like I was like a collaborative person. Like I was online asking questions, doing questionnaires with other people around that neighborhood, and she paid me $15 an hour. And I was doing that for, I would say, like 9 months, going on 9 months. And that was awesome because I fell in love with that job. It was paying me good. I was comfortable in my own home. And yeah. So this pandemic hit, still working, still trying to, get things going. The pandemic messed a lot of things up, okay, like a lot of things. And when it started getting serious, people were getting let go. So by this time, people were getting let go. I was almost close to having to leave my house because I only had a year. And plus, I got pregnant, so I couldn't have two children in that house, which was messed up because there was a pandemic going on. And I fought to be in that house for a minute, like just fighting, just knowing what I'm going to do with my Section 8. And yeah, that fighting didn't last long. I had ended up losing my Section 8 just because I wasn't on top of things. I was young. I wasn't really on top of things. I'm 23 now. Well, I'm 22. I'm about to be 23. I always tell people I'm 23, but I'm 22. I was young, still dealing with the dude I'm still dealing with, but it was way too much. It was way a lot. finna whoop your ass. Be quiet. So yeah, just young and dumb. Lost that, lost the Section 8. Ended up moving with my boyfriend to Chicago, and he had a whole house and everything. And, you know, um, just our mentals. We wasn't there yet for each other. Like we wasn't there mentally with each other. It's always this interference with this. Always getting onto our minds when we should just be focused, straight head focused, and we wasn't. So I ended up, going back to Minnesota. Mind you, I'm still homeless with my two children, still homeless. And yeah, I had ended up moving with my sister, staying in a shelter, and that shelter was nice. It was nice. Fed us good, kind of healthy. Um, but I knew I want to find me a place. I need to find me stable living. And if I stay here, I don't know how long they're gonna have me here until I'm ready, to get a place. And I don't want to be here for that long. I don't want to just make friends right now. Like I've been patient to get a home. I'm in a room with two children. Some of y'all don't think how I think, but you gotta think of the good side. This is what I'm getting. You gotta just think of a straightforward side, to what you want to do, to what is possible for you, what you know that you can do, what you know that's possible, like that that's possible for you and your children. Do what's best for you and your children. What the higher self wants is what the higher self needs. So I was like, no, but me and my dude started talking again. So basically, once we started talking, I kind of knew, like this guy is here for me more than what friends, family. Like stick with them people that's with you, that's gonna actually help you out in the long run. And I was thinking of him like that because he's been here, he's been with me, he showed me, goods, things that's actually gonna help me push forward. So I ended up leaving to from Bemidji to back to Chicago. No, from Minnesota. I'll say St. Paul back to Chicago, and stayed with him. Stayed with him, and pretty much after that, got into a shelter. Knew what I wanted to do more, and that was a stable living. If you want to be in Chicago, I might as well make it worthwhile. Remind you, in Chicago, when I first stayed with him, I was kind of doing my own entrepreneur things, making my own organic stuff. If you can go back to one of my videos where I showed you guys how to make my lip scrubs, I also got hair growth oils and hydrating face masks. If you want to know more about that, and more products to come, like I still want to do this greater good. But right now, my life is just moving at a steady pace. Just got my home. But let me get back to the story. So, yes, I ended up getting into a shelter while I'm in Chicago. And this shelter, it just seemed to move way faster, way quicker, for me. Like it's transitional housing. It's like what I'm looking for. And they just seemed to help me out in a lot of stuff. But it was it was a bad shelter. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't the perfect shelter, At least me and my kids had a place to sleep and food to eat, and it was close to my dude, so I just felt comfortable either way. Like I could just go to your house if I feel some type of way, and that was that. Like it was pretty much planned out. And in my head, okay, it's moving fast. I'm gonna move in a house. I'm gonna move in a house soon, and what they're telling me, is head on. Like I'm about to have me a house. Boom. I'm in my house. I'm about to get furniture next. Then around the way, I want to take a trip. I don't care if I got a car or anything. I want to take a trip, and because I feel like we need it. We've been stuck in this pandemic, sickening world. down, depressed world, the only thing that's letting ourselves up is ourselves, and being together is important. Stay connected, and I manifest way more. I'm just saying. And do positive while you're doing all of this. Encourage others. Tell yourself how beautiful you are. Compliment yourself, compliment others, help, love, show gratitude, thank you. Um, More feminine thing, let somebody help you. Um, just realize the highest self, the highest self. Stop with the negative thoughts. Stop with the negative thoughts on anybody, because nobody's better than you. Nobody's better than you. We all go through things. We all stick things out, and do it for the greater good. Do it for yourself in the long run. Because things are gonna be good for you. Come out good. You're gonna have good outcomes, and just you're gonna find this indifference in yourself, and it's so beautiful once it's all done. So beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I see the outcome, and I see the outcome. And now, let me just tell you, I'm going to school. I'm starting school, college, September 23rd, and hopefully that gets me more into my business, more into my outlook on entrepreneurs, what I want to do, helping people, and helping people healthier any way I can. I just want to help. I hope you guys really do like this video. Like what I'm putting out, comment, subscribe, like for your girl Jess, and yeah, just know that you are the greater good. You are your higher self, and stay confident, stay positive, stay connected. That's all you got is yourself. At the end of the day, make it positive.